That's better. Okay. So, that one. Alright, this is just a... this will be a test stream tonight of the VR headset. I might well turn it off if the VR headset causes ACC to run like an absolute dog. But I wanted to find it out. It's just an eval race tonight rather than a serious race. So I want to find out an eval race rather than a proper race. If I'm not, I'm going to have problems. So I'm going to put this on. It's going to be great. So you're going to be watching my head wobble around now for a few hours. We're still in free practice. And I've got to say, VR is pretty impressive if you've never tried it before. I have to stop myself from using all the controls in the car. And my headset's misbehaving already. Where's the mouse pointer gone? There it is. Here we go. That makes it a bit happier. I think if you take the mouse pointer away from the game, it decides that you're not playing it anymore and shuts the headset down. So you have to be very careful. Something I've fallen foul of a couple of times, I think. So hopefully you'll be able to see all the usual in-game data. We'll put this on Quali. This is described as a veterans server. I didn't realise I was a veteran. I've got that 1,000-yard stare from having raced alongside Nins, for certain. So none of the newbies, if you want, for want of a better phrase, are on this server. It's all people who've done at least one season. So no easy rides tonight, I think. I've been out so far in this practice session with a full race load up, fuel load on, which is why I'm a bit slower. But I don't seem able to get under 220 anyway on this track, so I'm not expecting anything amazing. So let's try and see what the quality setup feels like and how the performance is with a number of cars on the track. You might see me glancing down a lot at my in-car crotch. That's because down there's FPS VR, which is a little app you can download for just £2.50 or something on Steam, and it's really handy for looking at the performance of the VR equipment. It gives you the GPU and the CPU separately, how hard they're both working, how many frames per second you're generating. Nice little chart, but it's really good to understand if you're actually having issues and perhaps where those issues may lie. So I've got the CPU working on the rendering for OBS and streaming, because the CPU is mostly bored in this game. It never has much to do on my machine because I'm running, for reference, if you're interested, a 9900K, and the graphics card is a 2080 Ti. And what we found in the Paul Ricard race, have a quick look at the top left, make sure it's clear. We'll give you a wing mirror. What we found in the Spa race, the recent 6-hour Spa race, 12-hour Spa race, sorry, it was getting really choppy on my machine when I was streaming. But that was on triple screens, not even on VR, which VR is much harder for the machine to work with. So I'm interested to see if it's as bad in here, whether it was just a one-off for the 12-hour race because there were so many people connected to the server. Because there was, I think in the end there was about 60-odd cars, well over 60 cars at the start of the race. Some of them had 6 drivers for the car and they were all online at the same time. So that's an awful large number of people all online at once, all connected to the ACC server. And I'm not sure if that perhaps caused some issues. Some people were having no issues. I was having horrendous issues. It was almost undrivable. And a few other people reported, we had serious slowdown and performance problems. Now, last week's eval race, which I did in VR but offline, all my hardware performed fine. The VR was brilliant, and there was nearly 80 drivers at the start of the race. I think there was 70 odd. So it was a really good test, and the VR performed fine. So I'm interested to see if my headset goes off like it just has. Let's go back on again. That's no good though. It's supposed to be an issue with the HP headset, which is one I've got, where if you've got the volume of the headset on too high, it drains the power out of the whole thing and shuts itself down. But I don't have the audio's coming through my main speakers. It's got no audio going into the actual headset itself, so there's no reason for it to shut down. So it's very worrying. If it does it in the middle of a race, I won't be able to use it for racing until whatever it is fixed. We think it's a software bug. It's getting a bit choppy here, but it always gets choppy here. It's fine. It's really badly optimised ACC, graphics performance-wise.
Right, 217.76.
Because I'm actually getting over 50 frames per second, which is more than enough.
The yellow flags are out. P9.
45 really is the minimum. At 45 it doubles up to 90. It does it through some clever Microsoft wizardry magic, and it looks really good, looks really smooth. But my headset's shutting down again. I don't have a clue where I'm going. So it's worrying times these are. Can't have my headset shutting down in the middle of a race, but this is all part of the testing. Where's that mouse pointer? No idea, disappeared. It's going again. I'm going to have to quit the game and restart. It's just disastrous. There was a lot of swearing involved before when it did this. Let's shut down ACC and restart so we should be able to get back in the server. Come on, it's so slow. There we go. Right. Shut down the VR system. For those of you unfamiliar as well, for some reason, every time you start ACC in VR, you're floating with above the garage. It's a feature. One of the most difficult issues I've got is I wear glasses, and without them I can barely see a bloody thing. So every time I slip the headset off, I'm struggling a bit to see. Find the bloody server now. Come on. Thought it was server 18, but I think I've gone past it. Where's it gone? think it's gone missing. Drive refresh. It's having a special ACC moment with the servers. Okay, let's try again. Veterans only, number 18. Apparently I've got a friend on here. That'll be Nins. Let's hope my headset behaves now for the full duration of quali and the race. Just wait for these possibly 56 to get through. Okay. I'm in that. Let's go. So we are streaming, and the CPU is only 40% occupied. I'm getting over 45 frames per second, which is the magic number. And have a look at the playback afterwards, see if it's juddery at all. It's 7:30 now. I'm about to go into quali, I guess. Not that many of us here. Only 17 drivers on the server. Not the greatest test for me. About 40 would have been better. And Black Gold Saul's here, he'll charge away.
There's traffic approaching. Watch your mirrors.
Got 29 seconds away. Can't see them on the mini-map. We'll go slow on the main straight here. Let them through. Here they come.
B13. Mind these track limits, please, Stevie.
What's strange is it seems to get choppier the more the frame rate goes up. If it goes between 45 and 90, it gets quite choppy. It's very odd. I tried locking it to 45, but whatever I was doing didn't seem to be working. At 45 frames per second, it's really smooth. And what we can do is, I'll look at the playback afterwards. Oh, it's going off again. It's going to keep going off like this. I can't race like this. It just keeps going off. I think the best thing is to quit this and just come back on triples. It's just not behaving tonight, and hopefully HP will do a patch quite soon. So I'll end the stream here because that was the test which failed. Got the mouse pointer, thank you.